Welcome to the Legion.
Welcome to the Legion.
This is the official podcast of the Lee High School Creative and Performing Arts Magnet.
I'm Dylan Lee, director of the Film and Video Magnet and executive producer of this podcast. Spooky season is upon us, and in celebration, we thought we would offer you some thrilling stories from our Creative and Performing Arts Magnet students. Today, you'll be hearing some original and edited pieces by our podcast team made up of students from multiple magnet programs. Not only is it spooky season, but for our theater program, it's also competition season. In today's episode, you'll hear an interview all about Lee High School's one-act competition piece, A Monster Calls, which will be performed October 31st as part of the District Trumbauer competition.
Hello, my name is Dally, and today we are interviewing two wonderful people from our school performance of Monster Calls. Please introduce yourself and the roles you play in the show.
My name is Jessie Kisor, and I am the theater director and director of A Monster Calls.
My name is Kisor Hart, and I am playing Connor.
Without spoiling too much, what is the show about?
So the show is about a 13-year-old boy named Connor, played by Chris. And we follow his journey throughout his daily life. We watch him at school. We watch him at home interacting with his mother and his grandmother. We watch relationships with one of his best friends, Lily. And there are some internal struggles that he's going through that he is trying to deal with and doesn't quite know how to deal with them. And we as the audience kind of get to experience that, and we get to watch what does work and what doesn't work. And there's a special friend that comes to visit Connor that is here to help him get through these life struggles that, in all honesty, we all as humans in the real world go through at some point in our life.
Why did you choose this show?
I knew that I wanted to do something a bit more contemporary this year for competition. Last year we did a beautiful story called The Syringa Tree, and it was truly amazing. But I knew I wanted to bump up kind of the technical elements of a one act, because when you take something to competition, you're very limited on what you can use as far as tricks and lights and sound and mics. It's all kind of stripped away to where everyone's on the same playing field unless you bring your own instruments. And so I knew that I wanted to incorporate some student sound designers and lighting designers, that we would start bringing our own elements in to add a little oomph underneath it. And as we were reading through some scripts, came across this one because we have some really great designers that are very strong in costumes and in puppetry and in just the design aspects. So I thought that that would really help amp up the production value at a competition standard.
Trumbauer is coming up. Are y'all excited or?
I'm very excited.
It's kind of the highlight of the year, and it's what the students are always looking forward to, and it's only like the third month of school. But once we get rolling with auditions and rehearsals, then we're immediately into working on our individual events and working on bringing folks outside of the school to come and watch and adjudicate pieces, and it becomes a very exciting time very quickly.
Well, that's fun. What are y'all's favorite parts of the show?
My favorite part of the show is the first tale, because it's only like a fraction. You're getting into it. It's getting like a little, just a little taste of what's going to happen. And it's a very fun thing to perform also. So that's why I love it.
Obviously a lot of the, how do you say, like, nightmare sequences are really cool. We have a really great puppet that plays the monster. But really I love sitting back and watching some of these foreshadowing moments between Connor and his mom. And I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there's a very tight relationship between Connor and his mom, which is also added into some of the things that Connor is having to deal with and having to face his own individual fear. And so those mother-son moments are really beautiful to me.
What are y'all's least favorite parts about working on the show so far?
I have one, honestly. I think the process has been phenomenal, so I don't have an answer for that one actually.
Yeah, everyone that's working on this is extremely talented, and I love all these kids. Uh, I would say that my least favorite part is probably if I were a student working with me, because I am kind of a wild card when it comes to blocking and changing things and being like, okay, okay, let's back it up and let's try doing something different here. Let's just do this one thing. No, I don't like that. Okay, let's back it up. Let's do it again. Let's try something new. So I probably would get really frustrated with me.
That's understandable. Is it difficult for you to get into character?
No, actually, it feels almost natural, like it's naturally supposed to happen. Well, not happen per se, but like it just feels like, yeah, like I can do this. I can get into this.
Do you put like your own personality into your characters?
Sometimes it depends on what the character's goal is or what their purpose is, where I can put my own life experience into my character.
Thank you so much for letting me interview y'all about a Monster Calls. Is there any last words y'all would like to say before we end this interview?
Come see a Monster Calls. I'll come see, yes.
And yeah, it's going to be a truly beautiful show.
I hope y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Author Ray Bradbury is probably best known for his science fiction work, but he also brought in elements of thrills and suspense. As a science fiction writer, he sometimes predicted a frighteningly accurate future. Consider this story, read by one of our creative writing magnet students, Ray Kendrick.
There Will Come Soft Rains by Ray Bradbury. In the living room, the voice clock sang,
Tick-tock, 7 o'clock, time to get up, 7 o'clock.
as if it were afraid that nobody would. The morning house lay empty. The clock ticked on, repeating and repeating its sounds into the emptiness.
7-9, breakfast time, 7-9.
In the kitchen, the breakfast stove gave a hissing sigh and ejected from its warm interior 8 pieces of perfectly browned toast, 8 eggs sunny side up, 16 slices of bacon, 2 coffees, and 2 cool glasses of milk.
Today is August 4th, 2026 in the city of Allensdale, California.
Said a second voice from the kitchen ceiling.
Today is Mr. Featherstone's birthday. Today is the anniversary of Tillita's marriage. Insurance is payable, as are the water, gas, and light bills.
Somewhere in the walls, relays clicked. Memory tapes glided under electric eyes.
8-1, tick-tock, 1 o'clock. Off to school, off to work, run, 8-1.
But no doors slammed, no carpets took the soft tread of rubber heels. It was raining outside. The weather box on the front door sang quietly,
Rain, rain. Go away. Umbrellas, raincoats for today.
and the rain tapped on the empty house, echoing. Outside, the garage chimed and lifted its door to reveal the waiting car. After a long wait, the door swung down again. At 8:30, the eggs were shriveled and the toast was like stone. An aluminum wedge scraped them into the sink where hot water whirled them down a metal throat which digested and flushed them away to the distant sea. The dirty dishes were dropped into a hot washer and emerged, twinkling dry.
9:15, time to clean.
Out of warrants in the wall, tiny robot mice darted. The rooms were a crawl with the small cleaning animals all rubber and metal. They thudded against chairs, whirling their mustached runners, needing drug naps, sucking gently at hidden dust. Then, like mysterious invaders, they popped into their burrows. Their pink electric eyes faded. The house was clean. 10 o'clock. The sun came out from behind the rain. The house stood alone in a city of rubble and ashes. This was the one house left standing. At night, the ruined city gave off a radioactive glow which could be seen for miles. 10:15. The garden sprinklers whirled up in golden founts, filling the soft morning air with scatterings of brightness. The water pelted window panes running down the charred west side, where the house had been burned, evenly free of its white paint. The entire west face of the house was black, save for 5 places. Here, the silhouette and paint of a man mowing the lawn. Here, as in a photograph, a woman bent to pick flowers. Still farther over, their images burned on in one titanic instant. A small boy, hands flung into the air, higher up the image of a thrown ball, and opposite a girl, hands raised to catch a ball, which never came down. The 5 spots of paint, the man, the woman, the children, the ball, remained. The rest was a thin charcoal layer. The gentle sprinkler rain filled the garden with falling light. Till this day, how well the house had kept its peace, how carefully it had inquired, "Who goes there? What's the password?" And, getting no answer from lonely foxes and whining cats, it had shut up its windows and drawn shades in an old maidenly preoccupation with self-protection which bordered on a mechanical paranoia. It quivered at each sound, the house did. If a sparrow brushed a window, the snake snapped up, the bird startled, flew off. No, not even a bird much touched the house. 12 noon. A dog whined, shivering on the front porch. The front door recognized the dog voice and opened. The dog, once huge and fleshy but now gone to bone and covered with sores, moved in and through the house, tracking mud. Behind it whirred angry mice, angry at having to pick up mud, angry at inconvenience. For not a leaf fragment blew under the door, but what the wall panels flipped open and the copper scrap rats flashed swiftly out. The offending dust, hair, or paper, seized in miniature steel jaws, was raced back to the burrows. There, down tubes which fed into the cellar, it was dropped into the sighing vent of an incinerator which sat like evil Baal in a dark corner. The dog ran upstairs, hysterically yelping to each door, at last realizing, as the house realized, that only silence was here. It sniffed the air and scratched the kitchen door. Behind the door, the stove was making pancakes which filled the house with a rich baked odor and the scent of maple syrup. The dog frothed at the mouth, lying at the door, sniffing, its eyes turned to fire, ran wildly in circles, biting its own tail, spun in a frenzy, and died. It lay in the parlor for an hour.
2 o'clock.
Delicately sensing decay at last, the regiments of mice hummed out as softly as blown gray leaves in an electrical wind. 2:15. The dog was gone. In the cellar, the incinerator glowed suddenly, and a whirl of sparks leaped up the chimney. 2:35. Bridge tables sprouted from patio walls. Playing cards floated onto pads, and a shower of pips. Martinis manifested on an oaken bench with egg salad sandwiches. But the tables were silent, and the cards untouched. At 4 o'clock, the tables folded like great butterflies back through the paneled walls. At 4:30. The nursery walls glowed. Animals took shape. Yellow giraffes, blue lions, pink antelopes, lilac panthers cavorting in crystal substance. The walls were glass. They looked out upon color and fantasy. Hidden films clocked through well-oiled sprockets, and the walls lived. The nursery floor was woven to resemble a crisp cereal meadow. Over this ran aluminum roaches and iron crickets, and in the hot air still butterflies of delicate red tissue wavered among the sharp aroma of animal spores. There was a sound like a great matted yellow hive of bees within a dark bellows, the lazy bumble of a purring lion. And there was the patter of a copy feet and the murmur of a fresh jungle rain, like other hoofs falling upon the summer-starched grass. Now the walls dissolved into distances of parched grass, mile on mile, in a warm, endless sky. The animals drew away into thorn breaks and waterholes. It was the children's hour. 5 o'clock. The bath filled with clear, hot water. 6, 7, 8 o'clock. The dinner dishes manipulated like magic tricks, and in the study a click. In the middle stand, opposite the earth where a fire now blazed up warmly, a cigar popped out, half an inch of soft gray ash on it, smoking, waiting. 9 o'clock. The beds warmed their hidden circuits, for nights were cool here. 9:05. A voice spoke from the study ceiling.
Mrs. McClellan, which poem would you like this evening? Since you express no preference, I shall select a poem at random. There will come soft rains, and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire, and not one of them will care about the war. Not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone.
The fire burned on the stone earth, and the cigar fell away into a mound of quiet ash on its tray. The empty chairs faced each other between the silent walls. 10 o'clock, the house began to die. The wind blew. A falling tree bough crashed through the kitchen window. The cleaning solvent, bottles shattered over the stove. The room was ablaze in an instant.
Fire!
The house lights flashed, water pumps shot water from the ceilings, but the solvent spread on the linoleum, licking, eating under the kitchen door while the voices took it up in chorus.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
The house tried to save itself. Doors sprang tightly shut, but the windows were broken by the heat, and the wind blew and sucked upon the fire. The house gave ground as the fire, and 10 billion angry sparks moved with flaming ease from room to room and then up the stairs, while scurrying water rats squeaked from the walls, pistoled their water, and ran for more. And the wall sprays let down showers of mechanical rain, but too late. The reserved water supply, which had filled bats and watered dishes for many quiet days, was gone. The fire crackled up the stairs. It fed upon Picassos and Matisses in the upper halls like delicacies, baking off the oily flesh, tenderly crisping the canvases into black shavings. Now the fire lay in beds, stood in windows, changed the colors of drapes, and then reinforcements. From attic trapdoors, blind robot faces peered down with faucet mouths gushing green chemical. The fire backed off, as even an elephant must at the sight of a dead snake. Now there were 20 snakes sweeping over the floor, killing the fire with the clear, cold venom of green froth. But the fire was clever. It had sent flame outside the house, up through the attic to the pumps there. The attic brain which directed the pumps was shattered and it brought shrapnel on the beams. The fire rushed back into every closet and felt of the clothes hung there. The house shuddered, oak bone on bone, its bared skeleton cringing from the heat, its wire, its nerves revealed as if a surgeon had torn the skin off to let the red veins and capillaries quiver in the scalded air. Heat snapped mirrors like the first brittle winter ice, and the voices wailed like a tragic nursery rhyme, a dozen voices high, low, like children dying in a forest, alone, alone. And the voices fading as the wires popped their sheathings like hot chestnuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 voices died. The nursery, the jungle burned. Blue lions roared, purple giraffes bounded off, the panthers ran in circles changing color, and 10 million animals running before the fire vanished off toward the distant steaming river. 10 more voices died. The fire burst the house and let it slam flat down, puffing out skirts of spark and smoke. In the kitchen, an instant before the rain of fire and timber, the stove could be seen making breakfast at a psychopathic rate. 10 dozen eggs, 6 loaves of bread, 20 dozen bacon strips, which, eaten by fire, started the stove working again, hysterically hissing. The attic smashing into kitchen and parlor, the parlor into cellar, cellar into sub-cellar, deep freeze, armchair, film tapes, circuits, beds, and all like skeletons thrown in a cluttered mound deep under. Smoke and silence. A great quantity of smoke. Dawn showed faintly in the east. Among the ruins, one wall stood alone. Within the wall, a last voice said over and over again and again, even as the sun rose to shine upon the heaped rubble and steam.
Today is August 5th, 2026. 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 Today is August 5th, 2026.
Before the popularization of television, families would gather around the radio and listen to plays and variety shows. There are even some modern podcasts that tell exciting narratives, adventure stories, even love, romance, dramas. The radio stories written and performed by the podcasting students in today's episode were inspired by old radio shows like Suspense or Lights Out or The Shadow. But simply telling you the story isn't enough. These segments have been enhanced by careful editing and the addition of music and sound effects. We hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to Late Night Confessions, where you share your favorite, creepiest, and strangest true crime stories you ever heard or lived through. I'm your host, Bobby, keeping you on your feet these nights. The line is now open to receive your calls.
Look here, our first caller of the evening.
Hi, Bobby. I'm a big fan. Have you heard about all the car break-ins at the Northside Mall?
Thank you. I would love to hear more, but boring. Skip.
Oh my god, Bobby, I love Late Night Confessions.
I appreciate it. Gotta get to the next caller. Skip. What's with these callers tonight? They're putting me to sleep.
Hey, Bobby, let the next caller attempt to speak.
All right. We've got another coming in now.
I've been waiting for this. I'd like to tell you about this crime spree in our area you might not be aware of.
All right. Sounds interesting already. Just remember, this is a safe space to share, not to incriminate yourself. So, enlighten me. What kind of stories are we talking about?
It's mainly about a home invader that goes for families of 4. In these cases, it seems the suspect always knows when the families are never at home or at work.
Ah, sweet. Continue.
He, or she, finds a way to get inside every home when it's empty and just waits. They'll learn every bedroom, every closet, even eat the leftovers in the fridge.
Does this guy leave a tip or do the dishes?
So inconsiderate. Hello?
Caller, you there? Did the leftover bandit get you?
This has been happening for some time now. Once they stalk the house, they leave a secret way to get in. They know all the secrets, know everything about the family they target. When he comes back, the whole family just disappears. Never seen again.
No bodies?
You know what they say. No body, no crime.
People have begun to question their own family members because they don't know who to trust in this town. Like this more recent case, when the suspect began scouting around neighborhoods trying to see whose homes were unlocked, climbing over fences, checking the back doors, looking for those lame hideaway key rocks. You know, little plastic rocks with a key inside.
Yeah, real lame. I use one of those.
In your flower bed. Probably a bad idea.
How? Denver, I'm feeling a little uneasy about this.
It's okay, Bobby. This guy's just fooling around using an AI-generated story or something. Chill, Bobby.
Okay.
Just imagine it. One night, the suspect gets lucky and finds one home. The porch light burnt out. The back door unlocked. Quiet street. No one even noticed until morning.
This seems oddly specific. Is this from any known documentary?
No, not yet. The floorboards creaked as they began to walk through the halls of the home. The pictures on the wall, a small family smiling back at me. They never knew the intruder was there.
Hey, if this mystery man is so spooky, why haven't I heard of him? Is this one of your fan fictions, man?
Bobby, this is the best caller we've had in a long time. You know we need this for our segment. Be chill, please.
You must not believe me.
This guy thinks he knows so much. He should just tip off the cops. What a waste of time.
Wait. The cops? The investigation? Do they have any new leads or have they even caught this person?
No. Still active. Still out here.
Still active? When was the last break-in?
Right now? What do you mean?
I told you. Right now. I'm in your house right now, Bobby. I'm such a fan of your work. And your family. Your beautiful wife. Her name is Marie, right? And 2 perfect little children. All these photos on the wall are so lovely.
What? You're in my house? You sicko! If you hurt my family...
Oh, they aren't here. Not anymore, Bobby.
Call Marie, Bobby.
I'm trying! Pick up, Marie!
So much floor space. Glad you didn't have a dog. Dogs make my job so much harder. Loud, mean, horrible little things. You just have these fish in the fish tank. They are pretty, Bobby.
What do I do? What do I do?
We have to go. Go to your house. I'll get the police.
Not a lot of leftovers in the fridge, Bobby. Where do you keep your snacks? Hello, Denver? Bobby. Well, I guess they had to go. Good night, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this final episode of Late Night Confessions. I'll be seeing you, but you won't see me.
Welcome to the Legion is produced by Magnet students from the Lee High School Creative and Performing Arts program under the direction of the Film and Video Magnet.